What's going on, Bama fans? It's me, King of Alabama, way offsides Chris, Big Sexy, whatever you want to call me. You're stuck with me right now. As you can see, it's a long time with me. Look, I promised you I was going to, go over some SEC schedules, give my predictions, whether they're wrong or right. It is what it is. I'm still right. But we're going to cover Florida, LSU, and Auburn right now. Auburn fans are going to be pissed at me, but I don't care. You can bring it. I'll roast you. Don't care. Don't give up, poop, whatever you want to say. Anyway, start with Florida. Florida opens the season against Long Island and South Florida at home in Gainesville. 2-0, 2 wins right off the bat. Then they head to Death Valley and take on LSU. And as high as I'm kind of being on Florida, they'll lose that one. They'll drop it definitely. But then they leave there. This is where it gets interesting. They leave there and they head to South Beach all the way down to Miami to take on the Hurricanes and the former Georgia quarterback, Carson Beck, or Sia the Sloth, whichever one you want to call him. This is where Florida really shines. I say they beat Miami. And, they're sitting good 3-1. And they come home and they got to play Texas. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think Texas pulls it off. I think Texas, and I'm not going to say Arch Manning is going to be too much for him. I just think Texas is going to be ready for him. Sark always has something for somebody. And then after that one, they're going to leave and go all the way to College Station, Texas A&M, and they're going to win. They're going to pull it off, and they're going to come back home, play Mississippi State, easy win. And after that, they're going to go to Athens and play Georgia. I don't think it'll be a dogfight. It may be close for a quarter or two, but Georgia wins that one. And then they leave there. They go to Kentucky. I'm trying to read my notes. You have to excuse all my wondering and, looking like something's wrong. But Kentucky, they'll pull out the win over them. And then they travel to Oxford to play Lane Kiffin and his Ole Miss Black Bear Rebel Colonels. Hell yeah, damn rights. And I think it's close. I think Ole Miss pulls it off. But then Florida finishes strong. Their last 2 games are at home. They play Tennessee, and I think they beat Tennessee. Maybe sloppy, but it'll be a win. And then to finish the season off, they play Florida State in Gainesville, and I believe that is going to be an easy win for Florida. Could be wrong, been wrong before, but I feel good about that. Well, now we're going to talk about LSU. LSU opens the season at Clemson. They dropped that game. I don't know why my camera's shaking. I don't know if this is an earthquake or what it is, but anyway, I'll try to fix that. And then they come home after they drop that one. Come and they got 3 wins on the schedule. They're at home, Louisiana Tech, Florida, and Southeast Louisiana. All wins. There they are sitting at 3-1. Then they go to Oxford to play Ole Miss. And I think that's going to be a game. That'll be a game of the week. Ole Miss wins. It's close, but it's a dogfight. Then they come back home to play South Carolina. I'm really high on South Carolina. I'm high on the North Sellers, but I don't think the Gamecocks are going to have what it takes to win in the Swamp. LSU wins that one, and then they go to Nashville to play Vanderbilt. All the hype around Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt, and yeah, they beat Bama, whatever. It is what it is. Let's move on. Let's get over it. Just like Auburn fans need to get over the kick six. That's what they hang their hat on now. But LSU beats Vandy, then they come home to play Texas A&M, and they beat Texas A&M. I don't think it'll be an easy win. I think it'll be a good game. LSU wins by, a touchdown. Then they leave there and they go to Tuscaloosa to play the mighty Crimson Tide, and we know what I'm going to pick here. Bama beats them. I think Bama will beat them convincingly. I think Bama is going to beat a lot of people convincingly this year. And then they leave Tuscaloosa, go back home. They get 2 wins. Arkansas, Western Kentucky back-to-back. Easy wins. I'm not going to say Arkansas is an easy win, but it'll look easy, but it'll be a battle in the trenches. And then they leave to close the season. They go to Oklahoma, and I think Oklahoma beats them. I think LSU is going to go in and just be. I'm not going to say over relaxed, but I think Oklahoma is going to pull that one out. But we'll see. I'm not a professional talking head. I'm not Lee Corso. I'm just a simple guy that likes football and beer and other shit. But now, moving on to Auburn. This is where it gets fun. Because I'm going to say it right now, and then I'll say it before I leave, and I want y'all to repeat after me. Auburn football sucks. Moving on. Auburn opened up the season at Baylor. I think they dropped that one. You're right out of the Baylor's not a powerhouse, but neither is Auburn. I think Baylor's going to be ready for them. This is going to be Baylor's national championship right here. This is their Super Bowl. And I believe they beat them. Then they come home. They got 2 home games, Ball State and South Alabama. I think they beat Ball State. I think they survive against South Alabama. I think it's going to be a close one. Could be one of those Auburn voodoo, prayer at Jordan hair, whatever that crap is they talk about. And then they got 2 road games. They go to Oklahoma and they go to College Station. And they're going to pick up 2 losses in a row. They're going to drop both of them. Then they come back home and they play Georgia. I think Georgia is going to run through them like, as Nick Saban says, shit through a tin horn. It's going to be ugly. And there's going to be a lot of sad fans, surrender cobras, this, sorority girls crying and sorority guys crying. Because, let's face it, guys that are Auburn fans are girls too. But anyway, then they get to play Missouri. I think they beat Missouri. I think it's a close one, but Auburn wins. Then they're on the road at Arkansas. I think it's a dogfight, but I think Arkansas beats them in the trenches, and they leave there with a loss. Come back home and play Kentucky. They'll beat Kentucky. It'll just be one of those sloppy games, both sides of the ball, both teams. It'll just be something that real football fans don't want to watch. Then they go to Vanderbilt, and I think they beat Vanderbilt in Nashville. Like I said, I think, Diego Pavia, the hype around him is, still he's still a cocky little SOB, but I just don't think Vandy's going to be it this year. They'll win some games they're not supposed to, but they'll be out of talk of anything. They won't make the news. Then Auburn comes back home, play Mercer, and they win. And then to close out the season, they get, I can't say the word on here because it's supposed to be kid friendly, maybe kind of, but they get their ass beat by Bama. And I'm going to say Bama beats them by 17 in Jordan Hare. And I hope all of you Auburn fans come at me. You know where to find me on Twitter. I'm over on TikTok. I'm easy to find. You can email me. But it's going to be a bad year for the barn, and you'll be looking for a new coach next season. So before I leave you, say it one more time. Repeat after me. Auburn football sucks. But it's time for me to go. I need to take a nap because I'm old. But until one of us sees you again, remember what we tell you. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, brush your teeth, wash your hands, beat Auburn, LSU, and Tennessee too. Horns down. Roll Tide.